Hey, I'm just learning how to do videos. I'm trying to learn. I've had a lot of questions since I've been putting my crafting on Facebook and different places. So I'm going to try this and I hope I don't screw it up and you can understand it and go back and watch it. But thank you for the practice of letting me send you the video. Okay, what I'm going to try, well, what I'm going to etch is I bought this at the dollar store, Dollar Mart. And I'm going to put this little stocking on it and my granddaughter's initial A. All right, I cut this with my cutter, so this is my stencil. I pulled out what I wanted to actually etch. And you leave it plenty on the outsides of your stencil so that you don't get your etching cream on your item that you're etching, because if you do, it leaves a mark. It stays there forever. If it's for yourself, it might not bug you so much, but if you're gonna sell it, you can't. All right, so with this right here, since I'm gonna place it just directly on here, you don't have to mirror it. Now, say I'm doing like my etching dishes, my dishes, then you will want to mirror it because it goes on the bottom and you want to, it has to be mirrored so that when you look at it like this, it's the right direction. But when you're just putting this just straight on something, just straight on glass that you're just gonna be looking straight at, you do not have to mirror. All right. Now the next thing is I take contact paper and I cover this up. And I just use my fingers, but you can use like a little scraper thingy, squeegee's what they call it. And I peel off the back of my paper. I use Oracle 651. It's intermediate. It's got outdoor, always outdoor, because it lasts so much longer and has it don't fade. It has I think that's 5 or 6 year even warranty on not fading and staying. Okay. So now I've got it just on my contact paper here. Actually, I picked a little bit of a tricky thing to do. Let's see here. Do I have my scissors? Oh, yes, I have my scissors right here. Because sometimes when you do rounded or like this curved, you are going to have to make little notches in it to get it to lay flat. Now, if you have, once I lay this on here, and it may take me a minute to work with it because I did not pre-notch it. If you have bubbles out in here, it doesn't matter. What matters is this part that you're actually etching is super smooth, no bubbles, so that the etching cream can't get underneath that. Okay, so I'm just going to place it really anywhere. So let me place it here. Like it's all kinds of little dips and crevices and whatnot. So I'm probably going to have to snip it in some places. Okay, so I've got it on here. I went on and made a couple little notches in it, and before I 100% lay it down, and I did it with the scissors. I'm going to go ahead. I wish I could show. I don't really know. Like I said, I'm kind of new at this, at peeling this off. I'm just going to peel it off. I haven't laid it down 100% because I got to get it off where I had to make my little notches. So now I got that off. Now that I've got my little notches, I can lay it down. Now we can go in and just just press around like that right there. What I did, I just went down, like pressed around like this right here. So you've got your notches. I'm gonna try to do it right like that. Okay. I really hope you can understand all this when I get done with this. I'm telling you, I'm so new. Like I said, it doesn't matter. Like if you can see right there where it's got like little, as long as that's laid down around it, it's fine. It doesn't matter. But we do have to lay it down flat. Like I said, I really should have picked something a little bit simpler to start out with, but that's not how I work most of the time. I always have to do everything the hard way. Okay. I wish I was being able to show you more of what I'm doing. It doesn't matter about, like I said, all those little slits as long and all those little bubbles. It just doesn't matter. That what matters is that my stocking is on there fully with no air bubbles, and we don't. We have it fully on. Like I said, all that doesn't matter because you're gonna try not to get outside your stocking anyway. Like, see that little bubble right there? It really doesn't matter, but like just make sure you take your finger and really press down all the way around, just and on your little things. So they're just on there so tight that your etching cream doesn't get outside your design. Okay, so now I feel like I got on there super tight. Like I said, all this outside is just noise. Ignore it, as long as this right here is, your design is super, super tight. Okay. Now, the next thing we're doing is using the Armor Etch. This is the only brand I use. I've tried many. This is the best. It says wear gloves and wear glasses. You don't have to do all that. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I choose not to do that. It might irritate your skin. You may need to do it. I don't. It doesn't bother me. Okay, so anyway, cheapest place. I think they sell it at Hobby Lobby. I've not seen it at our Walmart, but you may have it at your Walmart. I don't shop Target, so I don't know about Target. I think $16. Again, I'm a Prime member, so I get free shipping. Armor Etch, the only one I will use. Now, if you're reading the instructions on the back, the directions, it says 3 minutes. No. I have tested all kinds of minutes. 15 minutes is the amount of time that you need to leave it on. No more than 45. So kind of set your alarm or watch it. After 45 of any etching cream, it can start eating into the glass so much that it gets blurry. 15 minutes is perfect. There's no need to go over 15 minutes. 15 minutes is the perfect time. If it goes over 20, 25, you're still okay. 30, you're still okay. 15 is your magic number. Okay. The next thing is you glob it on there. You want plenty. So I just take a brush and don't be stingy. Put it all over it. Now, of course, do not get outside of your stencil. I mean, you have to a little bit on your black, but that's why you cut up more around it, but don't get like over in here and over in here because it will etch it and there's nothing you can do about it. Even though it's $16, you're going to be able to use it so much more than this one time. And I'll show you all that. See it? It's blobby. But just make sure you get everywhere you want it. So I just make sure it's all globbed on. Then clean off your brush on your, like this right here. Okay, I'm gonna set this down, but this is what it looks like. So I just clean my brush and then I set it in water because you're done with that. Put your top back on for now. And we're gonna let this sit for 15 minutes. Okay, it said it's 15 minutes, still looking the same. I take one of these and you just scrape off your extra, put it back in your bottle. So I just scrape it off, making sure you still don't get it on the glass. Put it back in your bottle. Okay, got enough where I like it. It's off, so I can reuse it. Now it's time to rinse it. Okay, now we just rinse it. We just take our finger, just clean it up. No soap yet, just your fingers. And you want to get it all off so when you peel it off, it doesn't run. And also, it will be a little light, and as it dries, it does get darker. Okay, so it is all off. Now we're going to just peel, I've got a little water right there, peel our vinyl off. When you etch a dish, you can wash it, you can dishwash it, you can bake it in the oven. It does not matter. Now, later on, if I do a little tutorial later with etching with color, now that's a little different. When you etch with color, it's really not to be baked and used. It's more for a decorative purpose. That way, you don't wash your color off, because a couple little mistakes of washing it in the dishwasher is not going to remove it, but overall, it would be something when you etch with color that you need to etch excuse me, wash by hand only really when you have to. Like if you're just cleaning the house one day, everything sort of needs to be washed and dusted off. So when you do use color, it is better to just use it on something that's gifty and vasey or something. Okay. You can't see it that great right now because it is wet, but I'm going to dry it and I'm going to show you. Oh, one other thing too. After you do that, after you get it all off, I like to dab a little bit of soap in there and just wash it up really good, especially if it is a product that you are going to be cooking with, later on. It's just cleanliness, just getting it cleaned up and nothing on it. Because now, once you etch, it's there for life, and there's nothing you can do to take it off. Okay, so now we've washed it. You just take a paper towel, completely dry it. Get it good and dry. One other thing I should have mentioned in the beginning too, before you etch anything, always take a cotton ball and alcohol and clean it. Just removes any kind of fingerprints, any smudges, any lint, and it just gives you also a much cleaner look, because etching it will pick up lint, it will pick it up, and you don't want fingerprint or oil either. So always just wash it. Oops, wash it though. Okay, so it is completely dried, and there is our A and our little stocking. It is brighter in person, but I've never been able to figure out how to photograph it. If I put it up against my black shirt, you can maybe see it. I see it just the light. But anyway, that's it. It's there for life. Good luck. Tag me in any etching or any projects that you do.